No fraud-proof or fool-proof system of voting has been established to thwart ingenious dishonesty. An unscrupulous precinct captain can pad election rolls by sending a registered letter to each voter within his precinct. The letters that are not delivered because the persons have died or moved are returned with reason for non-delivery stamped on the envelope. These names are listed, and a machine worker will be sent to the polls to cast a vote for the machine in the absent voter's name. Fictitious names added to the polling list also supply additional means for acquiring votes in their favor. Occasionally, polling place officials are members of the machine and will incorrectly count the ballots, throwing the percentage of votes in favor of the desired candidate or legislation. Mechanical voting devices have been considered very nearly fraud-proof and tamper-proof. However, a person who understands the device can reset the counters to record any desired outcome of the vote. Ballots and tally sheets have been stolen after the count, and other ballots and tally sheets substituted. A recount of ballots is costly, time-consuming, and in some areas, due to local restrictions, almost impossible. The dishonest bosses of political machines are not confined to one party or another. They use party organizations to promote their own interests. William M. Tweed ran the city of New York with his hand-picked officials. It is estimated that he and his ring stole $75 million from the city in the period from 1869 to 1871. Richard Croker, who entered politics penniless, ruled New York for nearly 20 years with his strong-arm methods and retired a multimillionaire. Abe Ruth, a colorful character who spoke 7 languages fluently, plundered San Francisco until he was convicted and sent to prison. In more recent years, the whole state of Louisiana was under the control of Huey Long. His power was absolute from the time of his governorship until he was assassinated. Tom Pendergast was boss of Kansas City. He maintained his power by the use of padded election rolls and hoodlum intimidation throughout a large part of Missouri. Pendergast was finally removed because of an income tax violation and sent to a federal penitentiary. Unfortunately, all of the dishonest bosses and politicians are not in prison. None of us would let our homes fall into such a state of disrepair and expect to live in them. If we leave the decision of who shall run our various levels of government to a well-organized, selfish few, our whole system of democracy is defeated and also allowed to fall into disrepair. None of us would deliberately throw money away, yet by voting for an inefficient or dishonest regime, we are literally asking to have our taxes raised. Prices of goods and services we receive from politically favored groups are also higher. A must for better government is the simplified or short ballot. To confuse and discourage many voters, they are presented with a ballot containing a great many unimportant items of legislation, plus a formidable list of candidates for all types of positions. Many elective offices could be discontinued and the vacancies filled by qualified persons selected for their ability through competitive civil service examinations. The few elected officials to serve as executives should be selected for proven leadership and business ability. The whole responsibility for efficiency within their own area of government would then rest firmly with them. To further simplify the ballot, matters of legislation should be explained in simple, straightforward language. Many issues are so cluttered with legal terminology that the average citizen cannot understand them. In some cases, they are so worded that a voter will actually vote for a bill when his intention is to defeat it. The responsibility of good government is your responsibility. Don't rely on someone else to make your decisions. They may be misinformed or motivated by personal gain. Take the time to find out all you can about each candidate and the bills that are brought to your decision. Read several different newspapers and periodicals to get a variety of opinions. Evaluate a candidate's past performance both in and out of politics. If you do not like the way things are going politically, do something about it. Call on your friends and neighbors. If you want to improve conditions, you'll be surprised how quickly people will respond to an honest crusade. They, in turn, through their enthusiasm, will talk to others. Just such an inspired conviction caused the founding of our country. You can also assist on Election Day by offering transportation to those who need it. If you believe the political machine may try to cause a dishonest return by manipulations at the polling place, you and your neighbors can serve as polling place watchers. If someone tries to vote illegally, it is your right and duty to require them to offer proper identification. When the votes are being counted, you may again serve as a watcher to ensure an honest count. These things are not easy, but the little time you spend each election will help to assure a continuance of our democratic form of government. You young people of pre-voting age may take an active part in your country's future by acquainting yourself with your local branches of government. Visit the city council sessions or the county board meetings and listen in on the proceedings. During elections, check all of the candidates' qualifications. Study the bills that are being presented and evaluate their merits. If you and your group feel that a candidate or a bill need your support, you can render a great service by talking to your parents, friends, and neighbors. Be sincere in your beliefs. Be sure of your facts, and you'll find that people will be more than willing to listen. You can make yourself heard by writing sincere, intelligent letters to elected officials, as well as to the editorial page of your local paper. As a group, you may present petitions to your city council for civic improvements, or you may help persuade a qualified person to run for public office. The responsibility of shaping our country's future will soon be in your hands. The word politician has fallen into low repute, and if we are to associate it with great statesmanship, we must once again have men of the caliber of Washington, Jefferson, Hamilton, and Monroe. The right to vote is our most valuable heritage. It should be used intelligently and at every opportunity. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance.